So with preseason officially underway, a lot of people are starting their leagues and scheduling their drafts. If you are one of the people that is joining a league for the first time, we have an article up on sportsbrunch.com that basically breaks down the do's and don'ts of what to do when you're in a fantasy team. So the rules, they're pretty basic. First one, you kind of have to like football.
It helps.
Wanting to watch the games, knowing what games are on, who certain players are on your team, it's just gonna help make it a lot more fun for you and for your team. Second, participate. It seems obvious.
I mean, what happens is you get into the season and sometimes it's happened to me, you realize 5 weeks in that you're screwed and you're not going to win. So that's when people usually stop setting their lineups.
Yeah.
They stop changing out players that are out hurt or players that are on a bye. And I get it, but it's really not that hard. You don't, if you already know you're out of it, you don't have to make sure that your team's good. Just make sure that the spots are filled at least, and it's helpful to everybody else that is still trying to compete.
Yeah, and so for some of those long-term fantasy players, what I noticed too is they almost overcommit to the number of leagues that they play in. And so then when one of their leagues starts dropping down, they're so overwhelmed, they do just like basically give up on that league, and that's frustrating for that team.
That's a good point. I've made that mistake before too. I've played in like 4 leagues because I just get so excited. I'm like, fantasy football's here, let's do it.
People ask and you're like, of course, I'd love to. And then yeah.
And then the mistake I usually make is that 1 or 2 of them is for money and 2 aren't. And I care way more about the ones that are for money and I neglect the other ones. So only sign up for what you can handle is probably a good rule too.
Yeah. Well, that ties in with third rule, just pay your dues. I've been a commissioner in a league before, and yeah, it's not fun to chase your friends down for 20 bucks.
I feel like this is a personal shot, Emily.
What do you mean?
I may have been guilty of this last year, but you actually weren't in that league. Yeah, I messed up. It was a group where I didn't know everyone. I was playing with one friend I knew, and kind of a Venmo issue where at first I couldn't figure out the right one.
A Venmo issue. It's always a Venmo issue.
But eventually I ended up getting second, and so I had winnings coming to me anyways, and they took my dues out of my winnings, so it worked out.